So Lamont Roach came out stating that during the fight against Gervonta, there was a moment or a sequence where Gervonta tried to bite him. And he pointed it out, as you guys see on the video. Gervonta went Mike Tyson mode. I guess if you're going to be known or labeled as Baby Iron Mike, you got to go out like him. Edgar Berlanga did it. Now Tank tried to follow up with it. However, Gervonta didn't really go all out with the bite or followed up with it. But for Gervonta to resort to biting Lamont Roach to begin with, that shows he was frustrated during the fight. And he was trying everything and anything to get Lamont Roach off his game. But Lamont Roach was dialed in, he was focused and determined to beat Gervonta that night. And he came really close to doing it. He ended up with a draw. I mean, if the referee ruled Gervonta taking a knee as a knockdown, as he should have had, especially after he started counting, then Lamont Roach will be the winner right now. We yet to see if this is going to be a Buster Douglas moment for Lamont Roach, or if this is going to be Lamont Roach version of Holyfield versus Mike Tyson. Does Lamont Roach have Gervonta number the way Holyfield did against Mike Tyson? Only time will tell. We shall see in the rematch. And Lamont Roach kept coming like a bully, like a pit bull, like a bull at Gervonta. And I know that was frustrating Gervonta because he's like, man, I hit this guy with some clean shots and he keeps on coming and giving just as much he was taking, if not giving more face. That's illegal. At a third point, Gervonta took a knee to buy some time out. At a fourth point, he tried to bite Lamont Roach. You know what they say, once the bully get bullied, they resort to doing all type of stuff. And that's what Gervonta did against Lamont Roach. When Tank kept throwing all them bombs at Lamont Roach and Lamont Roach just kept marching forward, that broke Gervonta's spirit in terms of his confidence of knocking out Lamont Roach. Seeing how well Lamont Roach was eating his shots as if Gervonta can't punch in the pocket and throw short combat punches. Remember, Gervonta is way faster than Lamont Roach, but a lot of times Lamont Roach was beating Gervonta to the punch. That's because he had great timing. More importantly, his shots were short and compact. He was beating Gervonta to the punch. The way Gervonta throws them wild haymakers, even though they come at a great power and speed, similarly to how he knocked out Gamboa, you can get beat to the punch throwing them haymakers that's wild like that. It's all around well-schooled fighter that could fight in the pocket and the outside, that could control distance, that could counter and take offense. Both fighters made great adjustments during the fight. However, Lamont Roach made more adjustments as the fight went on. Usually we see Gervonta take over in the later rounds, but that wasn't the case against Lamont Roach. Now Gervonta showed that he's a veteran fighter at this point. Obviously, he's going to do what he has to do to win a fight. It does as a veteran fighter should. So we shall see what happens in the rematch. I can't wait to see it. Reports came out that Gervonta versus Lamont Roach sold 150,000 on pay-per-view. But that was because everyone was under the impression that Lamont Roach was basically another cherry-pick fight. Tank was a 16-1 favorite, so a lot of people didn't buy the pay-per-view due to that, especially when there were a lot of fighters in boxing that the fans wanted to see Gervonta fight instead of Lamont Roach. Well, guess what? The rematch is a different story now because Lamont Roach showed that he can possibly beat Gervonta in the rematch just like he almost did in the first fight. With that being said, go ahead and drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe below. And to be continuing on the next episode of Akhi, TV. Peace out. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.